Hey there, today we're going to talk about how to work together as a team when you have one spouse who's significantly more involved in something.
Now, a common area this could be, and what we're going to use as an example, is a marriage where one spouse runs a business and the other spouse takes care of the home and the kids. So, what does this look like? How do you support a spouse in that? We know a lot of times that one spouse will just completely run it and won't process anything to do with their business with the other spouse, and the other spouse just kind of handles their own domain. But we would encourage you that if you're in this situation, process together, pray together, make major decisions as a team, whether it's a new hire or do we take on this new venture in the business. What does that look like? Because as a team, if this is your business as a team and you both own it, as a couple, I mean, if one of you owns it, you both own it. But God has given you both strengths and both the ability to see different aspects, and that can be so valuable as you work together.
Well, and I think too, the spouse who's maybe more in charge of something, to ask your other spouse their opinion and value what they have to say, that's going to create a beautiful intimacy, I think, in your marriage. And, there's going to, like, when you ask me something about your job or something like that, like, I feel so honored and I feel like I matter and I feel like you care about what I have to say and that I'm valuable to you and that my opinion is valuable to you and my voice.
And I would say the same thing when you ask me my opinion on things to do with your work. But when it comes to a business or whatever, God created us to support each other in whatever it is we do. So what does that look like? How do you work together as a team? Where can you lean into the resource that God gave you in your spouse, created to complete you and to complement you and to build you up and help you in the areas where you are not as strong? How do you lean into that and really take advantage of that resource that God has given you to the fullest of your ability?
Right. I think a lot of the time it's easy to kind of see what we're in charge of, whether that be our job, whether that be with kids or, a business or whatever. And we see our purview and it's,
this is mine, stay out
right,
of it.
This is mine, stay out of it. And that mentality, though, is very kind of separatist. That's the right word.
I don't know if it's the right word, but it fits, and I know what you mean.
Okay. But if we can value our spouse and see that, hey, they might be able to speak into this situation and give me perspective or help me make a better decision, then it's really, you're working as a team. Even though it may be my job or his job, technically, it's, hey, this is what's going on and this is what I'm dealing with. What are your thoughts on this? And it's valuing that other person.
And I know a manager, owner, CEO of a company where he wouldn't hire anybody for any significant position without having that person and their spouse, if they were married, over to dinner with he and his wife. And that was just, well, let's get together. Let's get to know you a little bit. And then he would always ask his wife's feedback. What do you think? Should we hire this one? And on the few times he didn't listen to that, it ended up being a bad hire because he didn't listen to his wife.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting picture of just how important it is to trust the resource that God gave us in our spouse and to give that weight and give that value, even in a situation that is not necessarily relevant to our spouse.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, neither one of us will have a significant role in the other's work life where we are right now. She will never have a significant role in the company I'm working at. I will never have a significant role in the company she's working at. But we're still able to, by leveraging each other's strengths, get feedback and be better than we would be as individuals. come to each other with problems, get feedback, get understanding. Hey, how should I handle this situation with this person? Do you have thoughts on what I could do with this project?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so helpful to be able to do that and have somebody who understands you and your strengths fully to be able to give you suggestions on how to move forward. It's been some of the most energizing and refreshing times.
Well, I think too, then when there's a win, at work, or whatever it may be, a project or whatnot, when there's a win, it's a win for both of you. It's not a win just for that one person. It's, hey, we worked through this as a team. We talked through this as a team, and look at the result.
Yeah.
And so then it feels like a victory as a team.
So this week, I would encourage you, look at the situations where you are not involved as a couple and you're not likely to be, and see how you can lean into your spouse. If there's a problem at work or a problem in an area that your spouse is not generally involved in, ask them for their feedback. Lean into that resource that God has given you. And I think you'll find that it not only helps you to do better in that situation because you have feedback of somebody who cares about you and wants to build you up, but it also builds that intimacy and a really interesting ability to have conversation in your relationship about a new topic.
Yeah, definitely.
So. No, that was a little bit long, but hopefully you were able to follow us, and that's all we have for this week. So we'll see you next time.
Bye. Thank you so much for watching this video. We are so blessed to have you here. And it's only because of people like you that we're able to have this content and to be able to continue producing content.
Podcasts, blogs, videos, it's all because of people like you who have chosen to partner with us. And if you would like to partner with us, pray about it and head over to patreon.com/Radiant Marriage for more information. And we also want to share a free resource we have with you. We've put together a 16-lesson course called Radiant Marriage Academy, designed to really help you solidify and build your marriage into something that has the foundation to last.
Right. And we'll have date nights on there for you, study guides, discussion questions, all to really gear towards helping you have a really awesome, solid marriage.
And build that depth and intimacy. So you can find information about that at radiantmarriage.com, along with our other content, blogs, podcasts, videos. And again, if you're interested in partnering with us to make more content like this possible, you can head over to patreon.com/Radiant Marriage.
Thanks again for watching.